You were never truly abandoned. You were being redirected. What felt like rejection was actually protection, though I know it didn't feel that way at the time. Your heart broke open, not to destroy you, but to release the love that was never meant to stay. Some endings are actually sacred beginnings, dressed in pain to prepare your soul. You didn't lose yourself. You were shedding versions of you that settled. The version who begged for breadcrumbs, the version who confused chaos for connection. And now something deeper is trying to find you. He couldn't see the weight of your prayers. He mistook your silence for weakness, not knowing it was strength holding its breath. You gave him pieces of your heart that he hadn't yet earned, hoping your softness would show him how to stay. But love doesn't live in the hands of someone who runs when it gets real. It lives in the space you make for yourself when they walk away. What you thought you lost was never your future. It was your delay. And now you're stepping into what was always waiting. There's a version of you on the other side of heartbreak that's more radiant than even you can imagine. She walks without needing validation. She speaks without shrinking. She trusts the silence because she's no longer afraid of being alone. And in that silence, love is echoing back. Not the kind you have to chase, the kind that sees you, stays, and stands with you. And it couldn't reach you while you were still holding on to what wasn't. You tried. You stayed when it hurt. You forgave more than he ever knew. And still, it wasn't enough. Not because you weren't enough, but because you were too much for someone who didn't want to grow. He couldn't meet you where you were going, so the universe cleared the path. It hurt, yes, but the kind of hurt that heals in time. And that time, it's now shaping you into a woman who no longer settles for maybe. One day soon, you'll wake up and not feel the sting anymore. His name won't ache. His absence won't echo. You'll drink your coffee slowly, smile without pretending, and realize peace is what you were always meant for. And that peace didn't come by forcing someone to stay. It came by finally releasing what was never yours to keep. That's when love begins to knock. He was never your destination, he was a doorway, one you had to walk through to see your own worth more clearly. You kept waiting for him to change, but you were the one evolving. And now look at you, rising from pieces, becoming whole. And somewhere, the love you're truly meant for is moving toward you, drawn by the version of you who finally chose herself. There is someone who will meet you in the middle, without games or confusion. Someone who will answer your energy with presence, not pressure. He won't flinch when you speak with passion. He won't run from your honesty. He will look at you like a prayer he didn't know he'd been whispering for years. And it will make sense why everyone else had to let go. You've learned that love isn't meant to feel like survival. It's meant to feel like exhale, like I'm safe here. And though your heart was once shattered, the pieces have rearranged into a deeper wisdom. You no longer need to be rescued. You've already saved yourself. And the man who finds you now won't be drawn to your wounds. He'll be drawn to your peace. You'll realize soon that what you wanted back then was a mirror, not a match. You were hoping he'd reflect your love, but he was only showing you his limits. Now, you've outgrown all of that. You crave alignment, not attention. You desire depth, not distraction. And your spirit won't settle again, not when it knows how being seen truly feels. It will catch you by surprise, the moment you understand why he left. Not in bitterness, but in full circle grace. You'll look at the girl you were, the woman you've become, and say, "Thank you. Thank you for walking away from the love that hurt, so I could receive the love that heals." And when that love finds you, it won't be loud. It will be real. The love that's coming won't ask you to perform for it. It will recognize you in your quietest state. No makeup, no masks, no trying. It will feel like coming home to yourself in someone else's arms. It won't trigger your anxiety. It will calm it. It won't rush your process. It will honor your pace. And in that rhythm, you'll breathe deeper than you ever thought possible. He'll see you not the curated version, but the soul underneath. The woman who rose when everything told her to break. And he won't flinch at your past. He'll see the beauty in your becoming. He'll speak to your spirit, not just your surface. And when he holds your hand, you'll feel what safety is supposed to feel like. Not being held back, but being held through. This love won't just show up. It will stay, through quiet mornings and uncertain seasons, through laughter and through stillness. You'll stop asking if it's too good to be true. You'll start trusting that good things can actually be true. And every time he chooses you, without needing a reason, you'll realize, this is what you were always worthy of. You'll stop wondering what went wrong with the ones who couldn't stay. You'll see they were never meant to hold what you carry. You were just ahead of them, growing faster than they knew how to follow. And that's okay. Their absence made room for a presence that truly fits. You don't need them back. You just needed to get back to yourself. And now, that woman you are, the one with a spine of peace and a heart full of truth, is ready. Not to chase love, but to be found by it. Love won't save you. You already did that. But it will reflect the healing, the power, the grace that you've claimed along the way. And it will arrive, gently, surprisingly, and right on time. There will be no begging, no shrinking, no proving. Just mutual choosing. He will not arrive to complete you. He'll come because you already are. And in that completeness, something divine will unfold. A connection not built on need but on knowing. Not urgency but understanding. That's when you'll feel it. Real love is peace. You'll stop measuring your worth by who stays. Because now, you only make room for what aligns. And the man who sees you will see your fullness. Not as intimidating, but as inspiring. He'll want to rise with you, not run from you. And you'll never again feel like you have to convince someone to meet you there. He will thank every version of you who waited, and you will thank every version of him who prepared. Because love this real doesn't just happen. It's built in the dark and revealed in the light. You'll both know it wasn't by chance. It was the answer to every moment. You thought you were being forgotten. Heaven was holding both of you, so breathe. You didn't miss it, you didn't ruin it, you didn't fall behind. You simply had to become the woman who no longer chases what's not worthy. And in that becoming, you made room for everything that is. This is the kind of love that reaches you only after you've stopped searching and started becoming. One day you'll look back and be grateful he let you go. Because in that space, the love that was always meant for you could finally arrive. And when it does, it won't ask you to earn it. It will recognize you, and you'll recognize yourself in the eyes of someone who never needed convincing. You didn't lose love. You outgrew the version of it that was too small for your heart. And now, something greater is aligning. Something that doesn't ask. So you to wait in uncertainty. You won't have to decode mixed signals anymore. You'll receive presence, not confusion. You'll receive consistency, not chaos. Because the love that's coming isn't hiding. It's waiting for you to rise all the way into yourself. He won't be the type to ghost and come back. He'll stay when it matters most. He won't disappear when your emotions are deep. He'll lean in. He'll listen to understand, not to respond. You won't feel like you're too much anymore. You'll feel like you're finally being met. And there will be no part of you that has to apologize for being real. The next time love reaches you, it won't interrupt your peace. It will protect it. He'll bring more clarity, not questions. He won't leave you wondering where you stand. You'll stand together. No begging, no explaining. No shrinking into smaller versions of yourself just to be chosen. This time, you'll be loved in your wholeness. You'll stop replaying past conversations trying to find what you did wrong. You'll understand that your heart wasn't the problem. You simply offered it to someone who didn't know how to carry. Now your heart is healing, wiser, more aware of what it truly deserves. You're no longer looking for love to rescue you. You're waiting for it to reflect you. When he comes, you won't need to convince anyone it's real. You'll feel it in the way your nervous system softens, in the way your laughter returns, not as survival, but as celebration. He'll notice the little things, the way you sip your tea, the way your voice shifts when you speak from the soul. And he'll listen as if each word matters, because to him, they will. He'll admire your independence, not be intimidated by it. He'll recognize the life you've built for yourself and want to contribute to it, not control it. He won't pull you away from yourself. He'll walk beside you as you continue to grow. That is the kind of love your soul has been preparing for all along. One that doesn't ask for sacrifice, but partnership. You'll look back at the version of you who begged for breadcrumbs and want to hug her. You'll whisper to her, "You didn't know yet, but you will." You'll see how all those lonely nights weren't empty. They were sacred. They were when the foundation for your future was laid. And you'll realize nothing was wasted, not a single tear. This time you won't call red flags potential. You'll call them what they are and walk away in peace. You'll no longer trade your boundaries for the illusion of closeness. You'll protect your energy without guilt, because now you know being loved doesn't mean being drained. It means being seen, supported, and still feeling like yourself. There will be no racing hearts out of fear, only steady ones out of safety. No more confusion that you try to romanticize as passion. This time, love will feel grounded, deep, intentional. You'll be able to breathe around him, laugh without wondering if it's too much. Rest, knowing you no longer have to fight to feel chosen. When he enters your life, he won't be everything. He'll be himself, and that will be enough. You won't need him to fix what's broken. You already did that. He will simply walk into the story you've been writing, read the pages with reverence, and ask to co-author the next chapter with care. Not with control, with presence. He won't care if your past is messy. He'll care that you came through it with light. Your eyes, that you chose softness instead of bitterness. That you didn't let what hurt you stop you from believing in what's possible. He'll love the way you kept your heart open when you had every reason to close it. And he'll protect that openness fiercely. You'll no longer chase the illusion of closure. You'll realize you already created it the moment you stopped waiting for someone else to give it to you. You are your own closure. You are your own permission. You are your own beginning. And from this beginning, love doesn't feel like saving. It feels like joining. The love coming will not compete with your solitude, it will honor it. He'll understand that your time alone taught you things he never could. And he'll be grateful for the woman it shaped. He won't try to replace what healed you. He'll become a continuation of it. Together, not tangled. Boundaried, not blurred. You won't lose yourself trying to make it last, because it will never ask you to let go of who you are. It will celebrate her, even on her quiet days, even when she's afraid. It will hold space for every shade of your being, and stay anyway. Because that's what love does when it finally understands the sacredness of your soul. There will be mornings when you wake up beside him and still feel your own presence fully intact. And that will be the miracle. That you didn't have to disappear to be loved. That you didn't have to change your rhythm to dance in tune with someone else. That your becoming didn't have to pause to be chosen. You will not doubt it this time. Not because it's perfect, but because it's aligned. It won't make sense to others who haven't walked your path. But to you, it will feel like divine timing disguised as a simple smile. Like a soft arrival. A heart saying, "I'm here," without needing anything loud to prove it. And you will be ready. Not desperate, not hungry, not waiting with eyes on the clock. but full, whole, overflowing. Not searching for someone to complete the story, but someone who wants to walk beside you through it. He will be that, and you'll finally understand why it couldn't be anyone else. Because the love that's meant for you is not delayed, it's aligned. And the moment you stopped chasing was the moment you started drawing it in. It's already moving toward you now, one breath at a time. Softly, surely, faithfully. Because what's yours will never miss you, not when your heart is open and your soul is ready. You don't have to try so hard to find it anymore. You only have to stay in your truth, stay in your peace, stay in your becoming, and watch how everything not rooted in love quietly falls away, making room for something so gentle, so true. It feels like it's always known your name. He won't complete you. He'll complement you. He won't carry you, he'll walk with you. And in his presence, you'll never wonder if love was supposed to be complicated. You'll know it was supposed to be clear, and now it is. He won't need to be convinced to stay. His heart will already know. And in that knowing, you'll finally feel what it means to rest in someone's presence without wondering if you're too much. He'll make space for your brilliance, not fear it. You won't feel the need to be softer, quieter, or less ambitious. He'll admire the fire in your soul and feel honored to tend it gently. You'll notice it in the way your mind no longer races around him. How your thoughts feel still, your breath deep, your heart quiet. You won't be analyzing his words for hidden meaning, because nothing will be hidden. His energy will match his language. His actions will be his message. And for the first time, love will feel like peace wrapped in presence. This time, love will not come wrapped in anxiety. It won't keep you waiting, doubting, or questioning your worth. You won't have to earn his attention or guess how he feels. He'll tell you, freely, repeatedly. And you won't feel like an option, because he'll treat you like his answer. His clarity won't come from pressure, but from purpose. The right one will not come to rescue you, but to remind you that you were never lost, that you were always whole. He won't treat your independence like a threat. He'll see it as the soil where your love can grow. You won't need him, but you'll choose him, and he'll choose you back. Not out of need, out of alignment. He won't want to be your everything, he'll want to build everything with you. And that distinction will change everything. You'll no longer carry the weight of two people's dreams. You'll walk together, shoulder to shoulder, and you'll feel the difference between being pursued for what you offer and being loved for who you are. When you cry, he won't shrink. He won't try to fix it quickly just to avoid discomfort. He'll stay in the pain with you. Listen, hold space. He'll understand that some tears are sacred, and some moments don't need solutions, they need presence. His stillness will be louder than any words, and that silence will say, I'm here. You'll be able to share your heart without editing yourself, without softening your edges to be palatable. He'll love the full volume of your truth, the unfiltered way you speak your dreams. He'll see your fire and your tenderness as equally beautiful. And you'll stop apologizing for being everything at once. You'll feel it when he walks into the room, how the energy shifts but doesn't overwhelm, how it blends with yours like music finding harmony. There's no push, no pull, just rhythm, presence, ease. And it will feel like something ancient waking up inside of you, like recognition, like your soul whispering, I remember this. He will respect your healing, not rush it. He won't need you to be done with your journey. He'll simply want to walk beside you as it unfolds. No timelines, no expectations, just a mutual honoring of process. He won't love you more when you're at your best. He'll hold you with grace when you're at your lowest. You'll no longer fear being misunderstood, because he will study you, not out of suspicion, but out of reverence. He'll ask questions, Stay curious. He won't assume he knows you just because he loves you. He'll love you by choosing to know you every day, over and over again. And when you doubt yourself, he won't add to the noise. He'll remind you of who you are. Speak life over you, not because he thinks you're weak, but because he knows we all forget sometimes. And you'll realize love isn't supposed to be the thing that drains you. It's supposed to be what brings you back to life. He won't speak love just through gifts or grand gestures. He'll speak it through consistency, through noticing, through standing beside you in the small, often overlooked moments. And those quiet gestures, they'll echo in your heart louder than any spotlight ever could. This love will feel like finally putting your luggage down after a long journey, like finding stillness in someone's breath, like knowing, I'm not carrying this alone anymore. Not because you couldn't, but because now you don't have to. You'll move together, not to complete one another, but to complement the life already blooming inside you. He won't shame your softness. He'll protect it. And not by caging it, but by becoming a place where your softness is safe. He'll love the way your compassion stretches, the way your empathy lights up a room. He'll never make you feel like being gentle is a flaw. He'll call it your power. You won't have to trade your voice for love. You won't have to quiet your spirit to keep peace. He'll love the way you speak with conviction. He'll admire your boundaries, not push past them. And in that safety, you'll find a new kind of freedom, where love doesn't silence you, it amplifies your truth. You'll look back one day and smile, not because the pain didn't matter, but because it led you here. The heartbreaks, the endings, the lonely seasons, they were all clearing space. You didn't miss your moment, you were just making room for the real one. And now that it's near, your soul knows the difference. You'll stop fighting to be seen, because you'll be seen, fully, deeply. And not for how well you shine, but for how beautifully you are when no one's watching. He won't need a perfect version of you. He'll love the version that simply shows up raw, honest, real. He won't keep you in a waiting room of almost. He'll open the door wide and invite you in. Not out of urgency, but out of recognition. You'll stop feeling like a question mark, because everything in his presence will feel like an answer. You are the miracle he prayed for, and now he finally sees it. You'll stop wondering if love is supposed to hurt, because now it will feel like healing. Not flashy, not rushed, but rooted, grounded. And in that kind of love, you'll rest. Not because you're tired, but because you're finally home. Thank you for staying with me through this message. If something inside your heart whispered, "This was for me," then know it truly was. You're not alone on your journey, and heaven never forgets your name. Your healing, your story, your timing, they all matter. And love, real love, is closer than you think. If this message spoke to you, confirm it now by writing, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me." That's your way of saying, "I received this." Make sure to join our channel, subscribe, and tap the notification bell, because the next angelic message might carry the answer your heart's been waiting for. Stay alert, stay open, and remember, you are deeply seen and eternally loved. The next message is already on its way.